All right, everybody, this is my current state of my garden. There were corn. We had about 10 heads of corn. Not the hugest, most ginormous crop, but we had something. We enjoyed it. It was good. Michael ate a few of them. They were kind of small. Half of them were. The other half were normal size. But yeah, so where all these corn husks are currently located, I just buried some red potatoes that are sprouting in my kitchen and my pantry. And they start sprouting, even just a tiny bit. Even if they just have the eyes on them, they will grow. So I'm going to see how well they do at this time. I know we're at the end of November, but we are in Southern California, so we'll see. I don't have straw, so in place of straw, I'm going ahead and using these corn husks. Now, this empty patch of dirt, I don't know what's going to happen. Now, that size times 2, basically I planted a whole bunch of different types of onions. Absolutely zero sprouted. So I can only assume that since weather wasn't that bad, we didn't get rained out just yet, because we got huge rains recently. The seeds must have just been bad. Now, we still have all of these, and even one little over there. Garlic that aren't really getting bigger. I'm honestly wondering if these are all GMO, if they have all been modified to not actually produce seed. I'll let them sit a little bit longer. If nothing happens at all, I'll just pull them. I'll get something else and try again in pots or something. It could be the season too, but then again, this is Southern California, so there should be enough sunlight most of the day. Right now, because we're dealing with kind of like, it's just past noon, and already half this box is covered with shade, more than half the box. It means for the next, next month and a half, roughly, it's going to still be this way. And come the winter solstice, the days will get bigger, I believe. That's how it works, right? Yeah, I think so. And yeah, so then we'll start having longer days, and things will change. Things will get warmer sometime after that. But it'll still be cold at that time, so we'll see how these taters grow. Hopefully they will grow, and I'll keep you guys updated on that. Meanwhile, Mike and I are just kind of chugging away at the rest of our stuff here.
And we got a million grub worms.
Yeah, we got a bunch of grub worms growing. This was a worm farm. I literally bought a can of worms from Walmart to grow in here, and they were growing. And then all of a sudden we started getting rain, and everything started getting worms. And then this thing got overflowed with water, and I realized, oh crap, I think I killed all my worms, because there's no holes in this thing, nothing to drain with. So they're dead, and that's just the way it is.
And we found grub worms in there.
Yeah, we found some grub worms that are alive, but not regular worms. We found a couple dead ones. Here's the mulch pile.
We found one worm somewhere in the garden over here, which was alive.
Absolutely. So yeah, all that dirt, all that mud got transferred to the mulch pile. I have a bunch of wood chips from our little carving projects that are going to eventually become dirt. This is kind of an interesting spot because now we dug out a bunch of dirt a couple weeks back. So we're going to put some chairs here and just kind of have a little rest area underneath this shady, beautiful oak tree.
And right now I'm just making a grave for all my three worms which died.
Okay.
3 of the purple.
Okay. Well, don't touch your nose after you touch those worms, okay? There's this pipe here that broke, some sprinkler thing that's been probably not used for 20 years, I'm guessing. I'll have to fix that one of these days. But it's the only downside of having the rest area be right here. But it's still a good area. I'm going to probably widen it as far as Michael's been digging. Most likely that's all just going to be flattened area. I still want to set up a couple boxes, but that might be further in the future than I planned. We got the holidays going. I want to build everything, but we got hit with heavy rain. It does mean we got a bunch of worms here. There's a ton of worms in that little garden, but I may not set up 10-foot long beds like I plan. I might just do 2 more 8-footers over here because I just like to have a little bit of area for Michael to play in. If it all becomes a horticulture zone, then yeah, it's cool, but then we still got tons of dirt here that needs to disappear. Like, it should be no higher than that, and we've got all this dirt. So it's fun for Michael to play with, but we also got tons of rocks everywhere. Pulling these things out of the dirt, we got all this stuff here. Literally, we're trying to build up some dirt and mud around the fence line to kind of strengthen the posts. And, you know, while this is kind of soft, this might be a good time to finish thinning out the wall right over there. Just a little bit, not too much more.
Thinning the wall?
But, and then kind of bringing all this, making it all even. And then that's what's probably gonna happen. You okay, buddy? So anyway, here's some wood I was gonna work on, make some things out of. I still plan on it, but it got ebonized. It turned dark just from all the rain we had being underneath this this here oak tree. I think the oak must have done it. So even that piece of pine right there just totally turned dark. So I don't know. It could also be the pepper tree. I'm not sure which chemical component did it, other than water mixed with one of these trees or both. But yeah, I'm gonna keep this as flat as possible and keep that as a I might even box this in at some point and just have a big giant, you know, mulch pile slash area for the tree to live in. I don't know, we'll see. No solid plans on that yet. The thing is, I can mulch the dirt that I have as I'm going along in each of these boxes. The truth is, this dirt here is actually really not bad. Stuff definitely grows out of it, as long as the critters don't eat it. Now, I know that it may seem kind of dumb trying to plant some stuff, but without having this thing totally built up like I planned, I'm not putting these things back up because I don't know. I'm gonna reuse all the black stuff, all the mesh, at some point once I get this kind of the way I want. I'm thinking after the holidays, I'll probably get this thing built up. I'm just kind of busy until then, and they want me to put in extra time at work. I just, you know, and I will for a couple Saturdays, but I'm not going to get too crazy with it. It's holiday season. But in any case, yeah, I'll get this built up. I've even considered like lowering it further, like taking the dirt out, removing the rocks, flattening it out as I flatten the rest of this out even more, but I haven't quite decided that just yet. Yeah, not sure yet. We'll see. I don't want to dig into where these pipes are popping up and where that pipe is supposed to be popping up. I kind of want to stay above that, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I might even just cap the other one off altogether, a little bit below dirt. But in any case, yeah, I definitely have some plans. I would like to get these walls built up so there's no backflow. And then, so I'm trying to save the rocks and mix it literally with the mud and pack it in there, let it dry during the hotter season. And then at times like this, it could just sort of get rained on and it can, you know, yeah, it'll get wet, but then once it dries again, it'll be even more compact. And then maybe plant some stuff on top of it, like English lavender or something that's not going to really take away the sun from these boxes. But in any case, it's all work in progress. You know, a neighbor took a bunch of the rabbits out of here. He captured them and like took them, didn't kill them or anything like that. He just took them somewhere else so they wouldn't be bugging us in the neighborhood. And I'm actually really glad because I don't want those little critters messing with my garden. But yeah, before I build too much more here, I definitely want to get that other one completed and then have a blueprint by which to build the rest. So It's all in progress. Michael's having fun.
No, I'm having fun.
What's that?
I'm having fun catching these grubworms.
Yeah, he likes the grub worms. Yeah, he loves the grub worms. I told him just throw them back in the dirt and bury them. They'll be fine. So, yep. Yeah, they're digging, Michael. You know they are. All right, well, that's the garden for now. Let you guys know more later. But for watching.